Hello, math students. All right, today's math work is largely review based. You will see on the screen that you got some IXL work, and the reason I'm making this is just to take a few seconds to make sure you're clear on the expectations for IXL. I know you've got 3 sections today, so that might feel like a little bit of work. You might have to split it up into different time periods throughout the day to get it done if it feels too much to do it all at once. But the goal is that you're hitting around an 85%-ish. For some of these, that really shouldn't take too much as long as you are taking your time, paying attention, and making sure that you're clear on the topic before you go and do practice. So the first one is HH2, that is calculating the mean, median, mode, and or range. All of the questions will pick one of those measures of center and or variability if you're talking about range. And it'll ask you to find that measure. So for this one, it says, blah, 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 what was the range of the numbers? One pro tip, IXL does not always put the numbers in order from least to greatest, which is something that you need, particularly when you're finding the range and the median. So for this one, the numbers are not in order. I've got 9, 8, 6, 4, 5, and 6. You have to put those in order first, and then you can calculate the range. Remember, the range is the smallest number taken away from the biggest number in the set. So pay attention to that. The questions in this are all pretty straightforward. What is the mean? You're going to need maybe a piece of paper and or a calculator to add them all up and divide by the number of values. So take a few minutes and recall what mean, median, mode, and range are. Maybe write those things down on a piece of paper next to you so that as you go through, you have something to reference and can achieve your target score a little bit quicker than if you're just guessing. This shouldn't take you 10 seconds. You should be spending a little bit of time getting this done. The next IXL section, HH.6, is asking you to calculate the MAD. Remember, MAD is mean absolute deviation. This requires some work. You're going to need a few minutes to do the problems. They're very doable, but first maybe recall, what is MAD? You have to find the distance that each number is from the mean. So as a recall, step 1, you first need to calculate the mean of this data set. 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 2 divided by 7, because there are 7 numbers in this set. That is your mean. You then need to find what is the distance of each of these numbers from the mean. And your last step is to add all of those distances up and divide by 7 again to find the average distance. If your answer is a decimal, IXL wants it rounded to the nearest tenth, so you have to properly round if you want to get the questions correct. Pay attention. Take your time. Use a calculator, but you also are probably going to want paper to organize yourself and not try to do it all in your head and make silly mistakes that lowers your IXL score and frustrates you and makes you take longer. The last IXL section for today is HH7. That's asking you to either calculate the quartile or the IQR. This is the one I wanted to really highlight since my video lesson before didn't use the same language as IXL does. For example, this question says, in this set below, what is the upper quartile? The upper quartile is another way that you can say Q3. Remember when I did these problems, I ordered them from least to greatest. I found the middle number, which in this is 3, and then I found the middle of the lower, which in this case is 2, and then I found the middle of the upper, which is 5. 5 is the upper quartile, aka Q3. In this problem, if it asked, what is the lower quartile? That would be 2, aka that's what I was calling Q1 in our previous lesson video. So please pay attention to what it's asking for, first off, upper quartile, lower quartile, or it might ask you for the IQR. The IQR is the range, interquartile range, the range between the lower quartile and the upper quartile, which for this set would be the distance from 2 to 5, or 5 minus 2, which is 3. But yeah, you can do all of this. Take your time, read the questions carefully, and if you have questions, reach out to us. But Ms. Hitchin, Ms. Moore, and myself, we all know what you're capable of. We want to see what you're capable of in this practice. This is one last little bit of review, and then tomorrow we're going to be wrapping up this unit with another edge elastic, which is really going to test what you know and you showing us what you've gleaned from this unit. So use this Monday as a good day to review and hone in on areas that maybe you weren't super strong in so that you feel super strong and ready for the edge elastic tomorrow. Anyways, good luck. Have fun. Happy Monday. See ya when I see ya.